Welcome to this message from the mountain, coming to you from the foothills of the White Mountains here in New Hampshire. Today's podcast is titled Settling In. Well, now that we're about a third of the way through January, I think a lot of people are settling into winter. They're expecting the weather to be somewhere near the same for the next month or two, storms and snow, and so the expectation is what's going to happen. And there are a lot of things that we settle into. And that term, getting settled, sort of means that when people say, well, I want to get settled for a minute, kind of getting grounded. But settling in is a way of sometimes accepting things that aren't necessarily what we want to accept, just agreeing that that's what's settled in. I know that conditions can be that where we begin to make adjustments and live with them, even though we don't want to go in that direction. And the wildlife are sort of settling into winter too. The birds are getting into their routine of finding feeders and food, and the animals are doing the same up until the spring comes. So we do have choices. In other words, as we settle into things, we can decide if we give ourselves permission, whether it's acceptable or not, and then look at the fact of what we might do to change things that we want to change. We may not be able to change the weather, but there are a lot of things in life that we can change. My name is Michael Hathaway, and this is Message from the Mountain. It is my prayer these words are right and good for you whenever you hear them. Thank you so much for listening.